It's amazing. I'm not even hungry.
All the food in Monster Hunter looks amazing.
Just makes you want to eat, even though you're not hungry at all.
Not
You better be
hungry at
hunting
all.
monsters. Burn all those calories off.
You're fighting a coral Pookie. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
I think I readied up. I hit a button.
Chicken, you good?
I am good.
Alright. You want to, I mean, as soon as I hit the button, we want to start?
Yeah.
On three.
3,
One,
2,
Oh, you counted down.
1, go.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to.
Hello!
Hello.
Goodbye.
Well, it's just
Oh.
us here. Who are you saying hello to?
The non-existent
audience.
fan base.
Oh.
You gotta always talk to your audience, no
Yeah.
matter
I
how
don't
little there is.
see anybody. You see people?
You
gotta
have
imagine
to
they're there.
acknowledge them even when they're not there.
Oh, well, I feel like somebody should actually respond when you say hello, so.
Oh, okay.
And they're not here to do it.
Technically, I did. I
gotta
said
take up the
goodbye.
You went the wrong way with it. Hello!
So this is episode 10. Of
Yay.
What the Cluck? Yay, we should throw a party. And yeah.
And, what?
What about it?
I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing on this. So we are gonna start off. Oh, I guess by introducing you guys. We've got Ghost.
Rude. Hello. That's me. That's my name. It's Ghost. Yeah.
You notice that she didn't
Mhm.
want to say hello this time.
Someone
Well,
found it.
because we've established that we're talking not to each other anymore, which I don't know why we can't. I think we should be able to.
Shut up.
Hello, Ghost.
Oh,
Welcome.
Trixie.
Look, he didn't say goodbye. That's progress.
Yay.
Yeah, at least we're headed in the right direction.
Ooh, feathers.
And we have Trixie with us.
Hello! Again. Because if I said it down.
Hello.
Yeah, it's getting real weird,
Hello.
isn't it?
Yeah, see?
Hello.
Hello, governor. Did I shoot it? Or should I leave it here?
Oh.
Oh, no, there it goes. Yeah,
Alright. So, let's go with what we've been up to. Ghost, we're gonna start with you since you're the only one that's always the mystery in the group.
I've been playing some Far Cry 6 again. I finally added a hard mode to it.
And is it hard?
Hard. That's what she said.
Not really.
No?
No. Not as hard as I want it to be.
Is that because you already have stuff? Like, do you think it would be harder if you
No,
started
yeah.
new, or?
I started anew,
Oh, okay.
but I
And
get
it's
to
still
use all
not
my
that hard.
DLC stuff. So. But yeah. Just because I figured, damn, I might as well get some use out of the game.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And so, was it just adding a hard mode, or did they add any, like, extra stuff, or anything?
I added a crossover quest with Stranger Things. I've been doing that.
Well, how was that?
We're not gonna find out. You don't need to know.
Yeah, it's fine.
What is our objective here? What are we doing?
To slay the monster. Sorry, my mother was
Okay,
talking.
just
But
get
yeah,
to
that was
and
pretty
slay
fun.
the monster.
Didn't really know much about Stranger Things, so it's kind of a strange experience.
Yeah,
So if I watched the show, I would enjoy it.
yeah. What did you get for doing? Like,
I got, let's see, a shotgun and a handgun. A shotgun that's an incendiary shotgun. And an already silenced pistol.
Nice. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're worth the effort. Alright, I'm gonna start fighting this dude.
Awesome. So is that all you've been playing?
I've been hearing every now and then playing Destiny, but I've mainly been sticking to Far Cry.
Okay. Have you been watching anything?
Wait, I forgot. I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls 3 too, going for all the achievements.
Oh, how's that going?
Just need to get all the rings.
Oh, okay. Pretty close.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been really watching anything.
No?
No. Nope, nothing new.
Okay.
Nothing new at all. So, one of you two can go.
Trixie.
You two generally, yeah, you watch pretty much the same exact stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I might as well go because I'm not doing anything in this game. I'm not sure how to attack anymore. I thought there was a thing where you like jump up and you could do a flip in the air and then you land on top of them.
You can after this.
And
You can go
ride
after
'em
this.
like a-
We can go into. You can go into your room and look at the button combinations for your weapons.
Well,
Come on.
takes all the fun out
There,
of
I
it.
got it. He's asleep.
Oh, he's asleep, so I should not hit him. Right? I
Yeah.
don't want to wake him up. Okay, got it. What
Hit
have
him
you
with
been
this.
doing? Gosh, I've just been working so much, and of course it's tax season, so that's been my primary focus. I've hardly had a chance to game at all. Like, I might get like an hour, hour and a half at night. And most of that is spent on Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I stay on top of that stuff. All the time I get.
I'm in danger.
A little bit of Tiny Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that going?
Wonderland. Yeah, it's great. Excellent game. And if PSO wasn't forcing me to come back all the time, I'd just be spending all my time on that. Let me pick that up. I have been wanting to play a little bit, and we have played, I guess, a little bit of Overwatch, but it's just garbage. There's too many.
It's still the same as it has always
noobs on
been.
there. I mean, the game is fun. The game itself.
I'm
is
saying
fun,
it's always
and I
how it's
love
always been,
Total
though, with all the
Mayhem.
noobs there.
Yeah, with all the
always
idiot
get- yeah.
players that have no idea what they're doing, and that just, I don't know, takes all the.
It's kind of
fun out
annoying
the
that you always get placed with them, yet when you're a higher rank than they are.
Yeah, like the matchmaking isn't.
In a PvE
great.
game, I can understand that. That doesn't really mean anything, but in some all PvP focus, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. It's terribly upsetting, and it makes you not want to play the game. And I really wish they would fix that shit. Like, if anybody else has done it, why can't these guys?
Like
You know, why
proper
can't they figure it out?
skill-based matchmaking.
Yes, proper skill based. You know, I
How's it
don't
going?
want to decimate the enemy team, nor do I want to be decimated by the enemy team, and it's just.
You want the
Yeah.
games to be
so
fair.
lopsided. Very, yeah. Just
You want them to
you know,
be
relatively fair. And
to
try
be
get it as close as you
a
can.
back and forward thing. That's what you want it
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to get perfect, but at least get it close. I mean, they're not even trying. So. They're trying to hook you back in with, you know, the new skins and stuff, which aren't really new. They're just recolored and like white.
Yeah.
Skins are just white.
They just made them white, and some of them aren't
Yeah,
even
so-
like event skins. Some of them are just base skins that they just made white.
Yeah, it's just absolute laziness. Is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, it's
Complete laziness
pretty
on their
garbage.
part.
Is there an event going on or something?
Yeah, the anniversary event.
Yeah,
I
that's
just don't
for
know.
their anniversary event. That's the effort
I
that
just
they put into that.
they haven't had any good skins for the event, so I kind of don't really want to play the events.
Well, this
always
is
just-
I wanna
the
play the
weakest
events, I
try
miss
so
them.
far.
Jeez. They really phoned it in. Then if that's the case.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Like I used to look forward to the events. Like I might stop playing for a little while in between, but then I look forward to the events. Like, oh great, yeah, we're gonna get back on. We're gonna do some total mayhem and earn some skins and, have some fun. And yeah, they flaked. They completely flaked on that game. It's terribly upsetting.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to kind of get on. I don't know. I don't know
you
why.
bastard.
I just miss it.
Come back here!
The only reason to get on it during the event is because this is going to be the last time that you can play these events.
Oh, the events are just done
that's right.
for good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They're going to be
there's
doing
no point
new
in playing the
events
game.
with Overwatch 2.
There's no point in even doing it then.
Honestly. Well, it's upsetting because you get on
bastard.
because oh, this is our last chance to play these things and we'll never get to play them again. It's like, well, why are we going to continue to support these assholes that are just taking things away? Oh, I did the jump. I don't know how I did it. Oh, I did it. I did it again. I know how to do it. This isn't so bad.
I think
Am I fighting the right thing?
No.
I'm not even fighting the right thing. Oh god, I'm not even where I'm supposed to be.
But is that anything else you've been playing?
Playing? No. Not playing anything
Watching?
else. I've been so busy. Watching? We've been watching a lot of anime lately. Most of our shows have run out.
Yeah.
We're waiting for new seasons. We've been watching, what is it, Homie Can't Communicate?
Mm-hmm.
We started that, which is really weird. It's very strange.
I mean, it's not the weirdest anime I've been shown by
No,
Chicken.
that's true. Yeah, I've seen
that weird gambling anime that makes no fucking sense.
That's the other one we've been watching. Season 2.
Why? It is so weird.
It is. It's really psychotic, honestly. I'm like, these are like high schoolers, right? They're all like talking about like chopping off fingers. And crap and risking their lives.
And having orgasms over gambling.
Yeah. Just really
It's like whenever we were watching the guillotine episode, I don't know if you noticed, but the eye patch chick's chair was a little moist.
Oh god, no, I didn't notice.
Let's not talk about that.
No,
that show is disturbing.
That's how excited they get about that gambling stuff.
Well, I mean, I could hear her. I could hear the tone of her voice where I'm like, Jesus, she's like about to climax there.
He fell over.
It's so dumb. Calm down, Chica. Life is not that boring. But I guess it is for her.
Yeah. Have we been watching anything else?
Not really. Like I said, I've been working so much and doing other things that I don't get a whole lot of time to do anything. Trying to keep up with Bob's Burgers and Family Guy.
I didn't mean to knock him down. I'm trying to break his face. There, his face is
wouldn't
softened.
that knock him down if you break his face?
No.
One caused the other?
This is a Monster Hunter.
Okay. Alright, what do I know? Nothing. Nothing.
Monster Hunter logic is different than real life logic. Breaking someone's face in real life would definitely stop them.
I even have my weapon out. Why can't I do this jump thing? Okay, there we go.
So that's it?
I think that's about it, yeah. That I can recall.
Okay.
Maybe you got some other stuff in mind that I have forgotten about. Didn't we watch a movie the other night?
We watched The Mummy.
No, we watched The Mummy. That's
and
true.
today we just watched... Hey, there's your third one! He's coming!
What?
No, that doesn't count. I think you have to say it in succession.
No, that's the third time you've said it today.
I'm so lost.
She said his name 3 times.
No, she said it again.
Oh,
no, but now, okay, so that's twice. It's twice in a short
That's twice
period.
for what?
I don't think it's like just the name. You know. You know. Like, I don't think it's like, is it 3 times in one day in a 24-hour period? Well, I did it earlier. He tried to get me, and I almost said it a 3rd time, and I realized what he was doing. So he didn't get me.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie, so I don't really remember much about it.
I used to watch it every freaking day for the longest time.
Yeah.
When he was little.
Ow!
I watched it every goddamn day.
See, that was the problem with my upbringing. I was watching these people try and like scare these other people out of a house. That's where he screwed me up. They're all ripping their heads off, faces off, and stuff.
I think that's what made
You're
you
like,
so chill.
this is good
It's
for
'cause
a
you're like,
child.
yeah, I've seen it all. I've seen people rip their faces off. Yeah, I never even thought about that. Like, ooh, this might traumatize him as a 4 or 5-year-old. Never even occurred to me. Oh god, I'm just drinking all my potions.
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 I've got all these
Potions.
potions. Oh my god, I'm gonna
Or
die.
she was
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
poisons. Oh no, I'm drinking
Yeah,
all
I'm
my
gonna drink some
poisons. I only
poison.
wanted to drink one.
We really should have played like
This is
a
just too
quick
much
match
poison.
before.
We
Good
are.
practice. Is that what this is? Is this a
Yes.
This
practice
is the
match?
easy practice one, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I'm getting my ass kicked. This is so
Go
bad.
into your room after this one and go talk to the palico in there, and you can practice in the tutorial area to get the bearings
God.
of the attacks.
The map
I
kind of
don't wanna
looks like
do
my
that,
light
though.
for streaming.
I wanna play. I just wanna, you guys just bear with me. I'll figure it out.
There's no rush here. There we go. I got it. That's what I want.
Sometimes I roll and sometimes I do my jumpy thing. I don't understand why it works
Sometimes you
one
do your
way.
jumpy thing.
Yeah, or I jump up in the
Oh,
air
I
and
didn't
land
mean
on
to
his
start
back.
carving this.
I'm gonna
Tail.
carve something.
We'll go grab the tail.
So that's, I think, it for shows. Playing, I've been playing a little bit of Elden Ring on my, what
I'm
is
your
it?
character, yeah? That character?
On your PC or what?
No, I still need to download Steam again.
No.
Team.
Incantation character. And I'm right at the point where, once I do this next boss fight, a bunch of the quest lines will be unaccessible,
Oh, it's shoulder button to run.
so I'm trying to do those. But I've already set up the thing for the ending that I want.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah.
And what else have I been playing? I think that's about it. Those things have already been mentioned.
I miss playing Elden Ring. I would like to get back into it soon.
Yeah.
Maybe after I
I
get
had
my
Elden Ring.
taxes done.
Maybe.
What game I wish I had. That's what I would be playing most of the day.
Well, if you hadn't wasted money on a certain other game.
I didn't waste money on it. I haven't bought anything for that game.
You have wasted.
Yeah, before Elden Ring came out.
But you
before it came
knew
out.
Elden Ring was coming out. You had the
No,
option.
I didn't.
And you chose
But-
poorly.
I need something else to play. You complain about me wanting to change games, and I try to change games, and now you're criticizing me for it.
Oh,
You want me to
I
play
know
something
what
new or not?
I want you to play something good. You just get that.
No.
I make that request.
What you think is good, what I think is good, is completely different.
Let me tell you how to spend your money wisely.
Yeah. So on that note,
With that, did that help segue into
not really.
the podcast?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have no idea what the podcast topics are tonight. I looked over them, but I can't remember what they are.
First topic was.
First topic is modern
cheesing.
gaming.
Oh no, it's modern gaming.
Wow.
So I mean, I guess it's a segue. Kind of not really, but.
Speaking of modern gaming and wasting your money on games that don't provide.
Yeah, you try and make that
good
segue
content.
work.
It's in there. You just gotta dig deep.
Should we start positive or negative?
Either one. I've got. enough for both, I think. Equally, it's yeah. Either way. Oh, I'm not even attacking. Just
Well
running
done.
around.
Stay on the ground,
So,
boy.
we've all
Mr.
experienced
Dragon,
modern
stay there.
gaming,
No. I don't have any
obviously.
traps.
Yeah. If you've gamed in the last 2 weeks, you've
You've
experienced
experienced
modern
modern
gaming.
gaming.
Probably.
So, what do you think
Mission accomplished.
Woohoo!
is the best part of modern gaming?
The diversity of studios. There's so many studios. I mean, it's good and bad, but it's Are we supposed to carve this guy up or
No.
something? No. Okay. There's just hundreds and hundreds of studios out there. Everybody trying to get in on the business, which is great. You wanna build competition, and you want people to be as
Yeah,
creative
wiggly
as
pot.
possible to outdo each other, which is great.
Competition is good, yeah.
Competition is good. Um, and then of course, advances in technology, graphics and all that stuff, frame rates and that sort of thing. What people taking what's been done before and reimagining things or building on things that have been done before
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. It has great potential.
I would say gaming probably pushes technology further
Mm-hmm.
the best.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everything out there,
Yeah.
it's always gaming that's pushing technology forward the best.
Yeah. Agreed. Usually.
Usually. Yeah.
Usually, I think that's what's happening. Here lately, it seems like they're. Well, we won't get into the negative yet. Let's stay on the positive.
But like, it's helping with like VR, getting VR better. Everybody's trying to
Mm-hmm.
make their console more acceptable with, adaptive controllers for people that are like missing limbs or have some sort of handicap
Mm-hmm.
that pushes that technology further.
Yeah, kind of taking a look at those challenges and coming up with solutions. I think that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
So I guess I'll go next while Ghost is doing what he's doing. Um, so yeah, I mean that stuff is really good. This is going to be both
Sorry, I'm
a
eating chicken
negative.
tenders.
You're good. This is both going to be a good part and a bad part for me, which is the ability to update games, um,
Okay.
being able to fix things. Um, before, people weren't able to do that. They were just stuck with whatever they had, and if something was broken, it was broken forever.
Like, oh well, yeah. That.
And nowadays they can go in and fix things, and we'll I'll talk about the negatives, the negative part, but um, yeah, I like that they can change things and fix things, um, and just add stuff. Whenever they put out the free updates or DLC, I like that they can just do that now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you know,
Yeah, if they
ditch.
accidentally put out garbage, they can fix it
Yeah.
as they go. Yeah.
um, and digital games, being able to just buy the game digitally and download and install it. It's so much easier, and you don't have to worry about you know your disc breaking or getting scratched, or worrying where the
Mm-hmm.
case is, or having to find storage space for all the stuff in your
Yeah.
room.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Just going all digital and everything has really kind of improved a lot of things. Improved
Yeah,
on a lot of stuff.
which there are also negatives to that side too, but
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's no trade-in value.
at least at the moment it's working for me.
Is there some trade-in value? Like if you have like a hard drive full of games or something,
I
do you
mean,
get any
you
sort of?
couldn't like take that to GameStop or whatever, but I mean, you could sell it to some dude online, I'm sure.
Okay.
People go. There's the PT demo on PlayStation, and people
Mhm.
will go and mark the price up of their PlayStation that has that installed on it because you can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
Um, so there's that kind of thing.
Yeah, but now you can't take like take Destiny and go trade it in for,
I mean, like the
Elden Ring or something, like, I don't play this game anymore and sitting there
yeah.
collecting dust and I don't really care to keep it
Hmm.
and go trade it in and put it towards this other game that I'd rather be playing, and like you don't have the option anymore.
Yeah, which is
I
fine
feel a little
because
attacked
GameStop
here.
doesn't give you anything for
Oh
trading
fuck
stuff
no, they
in.
don't.
So
You get $50 game, they'll probably give you $10 at the most.
yeah, trade-ins have never really been worth doing, anyways. You know, um,
Hmm.
I remember a long time ago you were like, there was some game that I wanted. You were like, all right, but you have to trade in 5 of your games in order for you to get that, and you thought that that would help pay for the game, and it was like, oh yeah, you got like $5, and one of the games they wouldn't even take. They were like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
we don't even accept that game anymore. And so
Yeah,
it's
so they were
like,
pretty worthless.
well, not really any point in trading this in.
Yeah. We've just got boxes of hard copies in storage or somewhere,
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah,
can't really do anything with them. I mean, maybe
they
someday
become
they'll be like a
collectibles at that point, and you just hold on to them,
yeah,
and maybe someday they'll be worth something.
right.
It's like those people that held on
Yeah,
to their
especially.
Mario 64 cartridge, and now it's worth like millions.
Mhm. Yep, yep.
So, Ghost, what is the best part about modern gaming for you?
Modern gaming. I don't really know. I'm not really a person who likes to play a lot of modern games. I guess I
Well,
could
just
give
just
this perk of what's going on currently.
yeah, not it, I mean it can be specific games, but um just how gaming
I'll
has
just
has
say
changed over the years.
the evolution of series I love to play. The change in the style and the graphics of it.
Okay, so you like the updated technology.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I could think of some more here. I would like new advancements in the hardware. I think it's hardware. Whatever. Improvements of load times and all that, so games no longer take ages to load.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember those like super long loading times on like the NES and stuff like that. I've only heard about them and seen them on like
I can think of
TV
an
shows or
example of a
whatever, but
game though. Current that's kind of recent that is still kind of like that. GTA.
yeah,
God, that
GTA,
game loads slowly.
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands 3.
Ah, it takes
It's only the
forever.
beginning part of. I think the worst part of that is just the intro screen with Claptrap on it.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, you're on that screen for a while.
Yeah, he's dancing around and there's no freaking music. They could have added music, but I realized that would have made it take even longer, probably. So, God, it's so slow.
I would love to see one of these things. I would love to see more games I enjoy coming to different consoles. I'm not gonna name a specific game, but Should
You're
be out.
looking forward to more advancement. Like
Yes.
modern gaming has come a long way, but it's still got a long way to go.
And modern gaming isn't perfect. There's a lot of negatives currently.
True, true. Nothing's ever perfect, but there are quite a few negatives.
So I
We'll get into
guess,
this.
do you have any more positives or things that you like about modern gaming?
Not really.
Yeah,
Okay.
so basically it's just accessibility and improved technologies and the diversity. You know, it's so seemingly so easy to get into.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
with
people without even an
Unreal and
education, no
Unity, just
degree or
being
whatever,
able to
just
download
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, and make up
I
a
guess the
game.
proper way to put that one is ease of what's the word? Ease of access. Ease of access. Maybe you would say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Make it easier for everyone to access these kind of things.
yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. Anybody can just make a game nowadays. Now, whether it's good
Not
or
the same.
not, and
Yeah,
whether they
right.
should, is a whole other question. But
But anybody can.
anybody can, and that
There's
is
nothing
nice because
against
you do
trying to
get
make your own game, though.
gems out of it. You know, you'll get those games that are just made by one guy. You know, or these
Stardew
small
Valley's
teams.
one of those.
Yeah.
Made by one guy. That game was good. I like that game.
I feel like I should change my outfit or something, like my colors or something. I feel
Um.
like I look horrible.
So yeah, let's jump into the worst parts about modern gaming.
I say Trixie goes first. It sounded like she had a lot to say.
Um, I always have a lot to say because there's so many things. Because I'm older, right? I'm older than you guys
For
are, and
sure.
so I've seen a lot more
Oh
and
yeah,
seen the
certainly.
trends, and I'm not as old as some folks that were there, like in the beginning of video games, really. But I mean, like I remember Pong. I remember playing Pong in my living room on my little piece of crap box set TV,
Mhm.
and it was all the rage. But I, what I've seen the worst part of
I remember
modern
playing Spawn
gaming.
on a TV like that.
The
Yeah,
good old
four
days,
players
just
split
box set.
screen Spawn on a tiny
Couldn't see
TV.
shit.
Yeah, on like a little
Couldn't even
15
see.
inch
That's probably why
TV.
me, and Chicken both wear glasses because of shit like that.
Yeah. Oh god, so bad.
No, we needed to wear glasses. Jesus Christ. You had to be right up in front of the TV to see those things, to see your
Yeah.
character.
I
Well,
don't
you
know
had to
how we
be up
played.
there to change channels and turn the knobs and stuff anyway, so you know, you might as well be sitting 2 inches from it anyways to play. Or maybe that was just me and Pong. That was back before remote controls. You actually had to get up and you had to turn a knob or pull or push a knob, and then you actually had to like.
Oh man, what the hassle.
It only went up to 13. Like the numbers only went up to 13.
Unlucky. Very unlucky.
Unlucky, unlucky.
Mm.
And then there was like a U channel for some reason. I don't remember what that was for.
You.
UHF or something.
You.
U Soldier Boy. Okay, yeah, that was a Soldier Boy
Yo.
channel.
Yo.
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 And then when you pressed in the buttons, you had to wait for the TV to like actually acknowledge that you hit the buttons, and then so there was like a delay before it actually changed the channel.
Those
God.
TVs you kind of had to be a little forceful with the buttons though, 'cause sometimes it wouldn't even work.
Talk about
Jam-
long load times.
The way to
Jeez.
fix a TV was to smack it.
Slap it. Smack.
Get a little abusive with the
Like, you're just-
TV.
Yeah, you put foil on the rabbit ears in the back. You had to really clamp the foil down too to make good contact, and really kind of extend the foil out like as far as you could, like towards a window.
Should me and you just
That
start
was the best
this?
thing.
We're joining?
Oh, I was just gonna change my armor.
Change your color. Me and Christian can start it real quick. You can join us midway through.
Oh, dang, my character's kind of hot right there.
Okay.
Okay, wow.
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
But
She looks really good right there.
back to modern gaming and the worst
I
part.
didn't even do anything. What the heck? Okay, the worst part of modern gaming I would say is the monetization of everything. Like everything, people used to create video games because it was new, the technology was new, and it was fascinating to get in there and see what you could do with the technology and see how far you could take it and
Mhm.
just be completely wowed by it. And then also and then it became more about making something like, okay, well now we see what we can do. Let's make it fun, let's, give people an escape. Let's, and you make a little money off of it too. And and they would have all these, like big competitions and stuff like that where you just
Mhm.
come in and hand-eye coordination, have the best gaming skills, and win some
Forget
weird
hot
prize
drinks.
or something like that. And it was fun. Like the whole thing was fun. The excitement of the new technology and what you could do with it, and how well you could manipulate it and that sort of thing. And it was all about that.
Over here,
But it's
chicken.
not about that anymore. It's all about money. It's all about the cha-ching. And
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. I absolutely despise it. It's like,
Chicken.
if you're getting into it for that reason, just get the hell out. You're just bringing the whole industry down.
Yeah.
You're ruining the
Nice and
vibe.
hot.
Like you should just be kicked out, just for even having loot boxes or pay to win or any of that paywall bullshit. You should just be kicked out of the entire industry
Yeah.
and completely boycotted by
I think the most
players
monetization I ever
and by
liked
other
was
studios.
DLCs, where you
What's
actually
that?
got a lot of content from it. That's the only thing monetization I kind of liked was DLCs, but that's only when you got a lot of content from it.
DLCs I get. You should have to pay for that extra work, for that added on stuff.
Mhm.
I get that. I'm down for that. Like they put in extra effort to add content to the game, for sure. Here's my money, but it should be worth the time and effort that was put in to add that. If it's a small little, like a map and or maybe a character or something like that, it shouldn't be
Yeah,
like,
like Call of Duty nowadays, you just get
yeah,
like a map with DLCs.
15, $20, something like that. Yeah, or 10, if it's just, something, just a quick little,
Or $60
cheesy
in the
thing.
way of how Call of Duty's currently going. You have to buy the newest
If you're
Call of
adding
Duty.
on like, yeah, another 50 or 100% worth of content, then yeah, you charge another full price for it. But the
Yeah.
way they're doing things now, they're nickel and diming you for every little nitpicking thing, for things that were already a part of gaming. Like they're trying to take things away and then charge you to give them back,
Mhm.
make you pay for them to get them back. And it's like, no, fuck yourself. Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself right now. Just step away from whatever it is you're doing, put down your spoonful of Cheerios, and
Ow!
go fuck yourself.
Ow!
Um, that's the worst part of modern gaming. And then the other part is, um, I guess because of the advancements in technology, and everybody being, having access to coding and that sort of thing, just the hacking and the cheating and just all that accessibility for that,
Mhm.
and we haven't figured out a good way to clamp down on that or prevent it at all. So
It's
kind of
kind of hard
stuck
to
in
clamp down on
limbo.
cheaters, though.
That's my point. It's nearly
Yeah, like
impossible.
there's always they're
So
always just gonna
Mhm.
find a new way to cheat the system.
Yep. Always a way around.
Any kind of big other big bads, big pet peeves you have about modern gaming?
mm, just how toxic it's become.
Oh fuck
It's
yeah!
allowed to become, but I feel like that's just a phase. Eventually people will get tired of it. It's gonna come in waves where you're gonna have like the let's all game together movement, and then you're gonna have people like depending on what's going on in their lives or what's going on with the economy or what's going on with the rest of the world, where people need to get their aggressions out and they're gonna take it out on each other. I remember back in when we first started gaming, it was a lot of fun to kind of talk smack, and just kind of rib each other about stuff, and nobody took it personally. We were just
Mhm.
screwing with each other.
Yeah.
But now you
I
can't
never like.
say anything like that without hurting somebody's feelings, or somebody talking about suicide because they got dogged, about something. It's like,
Come back here.
Yeah.
Got
just
him.
because of the toxic culture, and people take things too far. And so
Mhm.
now people that just do some basic, all in fun ribbing can't even do that.
Yeah.
Ah, you bastard.
Pros and cons.
Well, that was the fun
Positive
part
and
about playing
negative.
Halo. Is just hearing across
Oh
the room
yeah.
someone talking shit.
Like, hey, what's that on you? What's that thing glowing on you? Oh, it's a freaking plasma grenade, you asshole! Oh my
And someone
god!
every time you'd get domed by a sniper rifle, you'd hear someone say, "Oh, yeah, headshot him, you
God
scrub.
damn
You suck."
it! Just hear cursing from the other room, but it's all in good fun. Like they weren't really mad, you
Yeah.
know. They weren't laughing either, but it's like, oh my
It
god, I can't
wasn't.
believe you landed that shot.
Yeah, after each match,
I
it
was
would just
jumping.
come
I
down
was
to
in midair. You
after every
freaking
match, we'd all just
headshot me.
you guys would just coerce about all the crazy things that were happening.
Yep.
Guess that can't be a thing anymore.
Yeah,
No.
it's kind of sad.
About people getting pissed off about it.
Really, really sad.
So is that it?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's all I can come up with at the moment. But
All right. Ghost, what is your worst part
Games
about
that
modern
always
gaming?
require you to be online.
Yes.
Even if it's a single player game,
Yeah.
the aspect
That's
of
annoying.
you have to be online to play it bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah. That's real
and,
annoying.
and that's a personal choice by the studio. That's not
Mhm.
necessarily
They don't have to
It's
do
an
that. They chose to do
yeah,
that.
it's an option of modern gaming, but it's not a requirement. They're just
No, it should never be a
studios being
requirement,
douchebags. Yeah, it shouldn't be.
especially if it's a single player game.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to go online just to play it. No, he's here.
Sorry, you guys have been waiting on me. I apologize.
We're gonna be fighting monsters.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
But it's just that bothers me. Like games that you can't even enjoy offline because you have to have an internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't fully understand what the point of that is.
While the majority of players do play online and do like to play with their friends or have other people to play with, there's still quite a few people out there that just
But
they don't want to
I
have
draw the
to be
line
that
that
sociable.
games that can be played online, okay, yeah, I understand somewhat of that, but single player games that require you to be online to play,
Yeah, that's just stupid. That makes
that
absolutely no
bothers me.
sense. Yeah, that's just them being dickheads. For sure.
They can sit there and try to weave up any kind of story they want about how it's necessary, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you bought a game, a single player game, it was yours to play. You didn't need an internet connection. You could play it wherever you were that you had the ability to play.
Yeah. I remember when they first announced the Xbox One,
Yeah, and
they
you
were
had to
gonna do
always be
that.
online.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it
they
was a douche move back then, and they took it away, and they went, okay. They backtracked, but now they're pushing it again. Not the same guys, but
Yeah.
still, it's still being pushed.
For no reason, as far as I can tell. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not sure what you
no.
get out of that.
Well, because if you have to be online, you have to subscribe to their online services, right? You
Well,
have
if it's a
to
Yeah.
single
like,
player game, there is no online service for them.
Yeah.
So what's the point of having to be online?
yeah, I don't know.
So I like FromSoft games. Those you can be online for, but it's not a requirement though. I could play my game just fine without it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've never understood the reasoning for that, and I probably never will.
Yeah, there's definitely a shady reason. I think if we dug even just a little bit, we would figure it out. We'd be like, and it's probably something, just really crappy.
Probably to
And it
monitor
always
what you're
comes down to
playing
money.
to try to entice you to buy something else.
Exactly.
Do what you enjoy.
Or maybe it's a precursor to something else where they're gonna screw you, you know? We're just
they're
gotta
already
wait for that
screwing
to
you.
come down the pipeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you play PlayStation. spending extra money to buy games. It's like $70 to
Yep.
buy PlayStation games.
Yeah, to buy PS5 games. Yeah.
Yeah, they can suck it. I mean, we already made this argument, several years ago, when we started going to more digital versions of games. It's like, it's less production for you. You don't have to make the cases, you don't have to make the discs, you don't have to, copy the information on the disc. It's, it's easier for you. So technically the price should have come down. Because you're
Well, their
saving on all
excuse
that
is that
material and
it's
shipping and
costing more to
logistics.
make the games nowadays, which
No, it's
technically
not.
it kind of is. Like games,
It's
they
costing
used
more
games nowadays. Some of them are costing like 200 million to make. It costs more to make a video game
because they're putting
sometimes
more
than a
into it.
movie. So, I mean, technically, it is becoming more expensive. And honestly, the way I see it is, if it's a single player game, I get the extra $10 because you're not making money off of microtransactions and stuff like that. But I think if you're a game that
But
has
people,
microtransactions, nah, screw off. $60 or free. I would say free if you're monetizing like that.
if you're gonna pay,
Personally,
you pay $40 at the most.
yeah. Like, you're gonna be making billions off of microtransactions. You don't need to charge the extra money on top of that.
No, but they're gonna because they can.
They're gonna because they can, because people will
Yeah,
pay it.
because some investor, some CEO, or whatever wants their bonus. They want more money. It always comes down to money every friggin' time. Never fails. Always
Mm-hmm.
about the money. And that's what I hate
He
about
was
modern games.
Never mind. He was asleep.
Well, rip.
But
Oh God.
yeah, that's just one thing that bothers me now is the fact that you always have to be online to enjoy certain games. Like certain simple single player games.
Yeah.
I know it's not widespread. There's not very many games now that do that, but there's only a matter of time before it becomes a norm, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's an issue because, like, some studios have some crappy servers, and their servers go down, and then you can't access their game at all.
Right.
Gran Turismo 7, most recent example, people couldn't play the single player part of that game because it required them to be online. And so they weren't even able to play the game. Um,
Yeah, it sucks for those guys.
yeah.
Like, I can't imagine, like, if we're trying to get on Elden Ring or PSO or whatever. It's like, I understand when it's down for maintenance, it does suck, but at least you know what's going on.
Yeah, and it just means that we can't play co-op, not that we can't play the game at all. I mean,
Yeah.
PSO you can't play at all because
Yeah.
that's online only, but
Right.
Elden Ring.
Unless we're talking
Go
regular
offline.
PSO1.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that game.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, no. That's also like this is not I expect in general. Like if you're playing on their servers and their servers go down, you can't play your game. You lose the ability to play it.
yes.
You're pretty much just screwing the people who gave you money to buy your game.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't care though. People don't care. They got their payday.
Yeah. Yep, they don't care if you can actually play it or not. You already handed them the money. So I think the worst part for me is going to be the same as my best part, which is the fact that they can update the game at any time. Because
I know where you're going with this.
that has led to extremely lazy game development where they don't even finish the game anymore. With the thoughts of, we'll do it later.
Yeah. Go ahead and throw it out there. Let's get the money. The initial cost of the game. Go
Yeah.
ahead and take that money, and then we'll fix stuff later.
We can update
They'll
games now.
bitch
We'll
for a
just do it
minute, but
later.
Yeah. We're gonna be angry for a little bit, but they'll get over it, because what are you gonna do? You already spent the money.
Yep, you already done did it.
Yeah, I really feel like we need to be boycotting more stuff and holding them to much higher standards.
Yeah,
Just across the board.
but that's never gonna happen because there's just too many people out there that just don't care, you know,
Or don't understand.
or
And
that
some
aren't
of
paying
it
attention. Yeah,
it's not necessarily that they don't
I mean, there's a
care.
lot that don't care too because they'll
That's
be
true.
like, "That does suck, but here's my money."
Yeah.
You know, they'll complain about it while they hand them the money. Like,
Yep.
well, that does
I'm gonna
nobody
make
any
a
good.
point here because you may say Destiny is always like that, but that's a different story compared to people who buy the same exact game over and over again, like GTA, where it's just the same exact fucking game, just a bit better graphics, and you're paying the same amount of same price
Yeah,
across the board for
or
games you already
Skyrim.
own, or Skyrim, games you already own, but they're making you buy it again.
Well,
Just
They're not making you, but if you want the updated graphics, you make that choice. You're like,
but certain games will make it
it's
where you
worth
have to
it, I
buy the newer
guess.
versions.
Yeah,
Certain
if you're being
games are
forced
like that.
into it, yeah, screw you.
like they
If I
tried to do
choose to
with
waste
the
my money on
GTA
it,
trilogy, where they took
Or
the
yeah.
old ones off and were like, "You have to buy the new ones." Like, oh,
Or here's an old example, but when they remastered Warcraft 3, they pretty
uh
much
huh,
they got rid of the original Warcraft 3 off the Blizzard store. So you couldn't play it if you owned
Hmm.
it. It was gone. So they basically forced you to buy the new one.
and that went so well for them that Rockstar was like, "Let's do the same thing."
That's what bothers me about now is when people they try to nickel and dime you for games you already own.
Mhm.
Even single player games they try to do that to you.
Yep,
Like Skyrim,
like
they try to
Skyrim.
get you to buy the newest version because it's nice and pretty. You get
Yeah,
this and this with it.
without really adding anything. Like,
In my opinion, the graphics generally seem to get worse
yeah, I
for
mean,
Skyrim.
you can only get them so good. I mean, as far as like legitimate, just like what Bethesda's gonna do for like Skyrim, where it's just upscaling a little bit. You know, like they're not implementing like the graphics mods that people make and stuff like that.
Yeah, those are the people who really do the majority of the work for Bethesda.
Hmm.
Are the modders. That's why everything they release is subpar. Because the modders will generally fix their games for them.
Yeah.
It's annoying to say. Miss getting games like Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas where it was a good full game.
Yeah.
Not being crammed down my throat 12 different times. Different names.
Yeah. They really got to stop doing that. But I mean, again, it's up to the players. The players have to stop giving them the money
Yeah,
for it.
those people who constantly keep buying Skyrim, those are the people the reason they keep re-releasing it.
Yep.
The
I
people who
mean, that's how
constantly
you
buy
show your support, is through your money. If you're gonna keep throwing money at it, it looks like that's what you want. Even though you're bitching that you're getting screwed, you're giving them the money and supporting it.
Yep.
So they're just gonna keep doing it. Like, I don't understand how people don't get it.
Yeah.
How that works.
76 is still going, even though it's a trash game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, of all the games I played, that game was the trashiest. Like, the most poorly released game.
Mhm.
Like, it just
Yeah.
was terrible.
Which I would like to also see modern gaming stop trying to chase trends and actually create trends. That's all anybody
Certain games
does
are
now.
never gonna be like that.
Is that They just chase whatever is the newest trend instead of trying to actually
There's
make their own.
very few studios that do that. That try to make their own trends.
There are.
I can name a few that. I can name a few that follow the trends. Fortnite, Epic Games, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, Activision, Blizzard. All those companies just follow trends.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the freaking battle royales that came out.
Yeah.
Now everybody's doing the free-to-play multiplayer.
Those free-to-play games, those are where they really nickel and dime you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got the battle pass, and then they're charging you for the cosmetics.
Let's see.
But it's free. Like, well,
a little bit harder.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, you don't have to pay for the cosmetics, and so I get their point in some aspects.
yeah, but is it really better to have it free than for it to have just been paid and then have the stuff,
Yeah, for those of us who are a little wiser with our money and don't blow it on stupid crap like that, yeah.
Hey,
I
I heard
get
that.
I'm not singling you out. If you're admitting that this is something you do, that's on you, buddy. But I'm just
Not
saying
really.
we don't like to waste our money on that kind of stupid crap, and we know there's a lot of people that do, and that's why they keep doing it. Like I said, you know you're getting screwed, but you still hand them the money and keep getting screwed, so they're gonna keep screwing you. If you keep bending over with your pants down, they're gonna keep ramming it up your ass.
There's only the one game that I
every
think of right
friggin'
now.
time. Yeah, it looks like you're enjoying it. You just keep bending over and pulling your pants down. Like, well, here you go. We're happy to do it.
I wish I would have gotten a refund on Fallout 76. The game was a waste of time. The biggest waste of time of any RPG I bought.
Yeah.
That's the problem with modern gaming. It's just like you said, everyone releasing half-baked games that they just intend to fix later.
Yep.
Which is also a problem with modern people. The viewpoint of, I guess, money, like not understanding the value of the products that they buy. We've got the 99-cent store and the dollar store and Dollar Tree and all this stuff, and it's just garbage shit that you don't need. But we're like, oh my god, we can get 5 of these things for $1. That's so great. It's like, do you need it?
The value for you get more the bang for your buck, I guess, is what they consider.
But it's shit stuff.
I know, that's saying they're
stuff
shit. Yeah, I'm just saying to them that's more bang for their buck. So they're gonna sit there and try to rationalize it as much as they can.
I don't know. If it's low quality stuff, it's not worth it.
I still remember the video of this lady on the sidewalk. She was getting interviewed about the new iPhone coming out, and her thing was, "Oh, I heard the iPhone was going to be 600 instead of 800, so I might buy 2 or 3 of them."
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
I was like, "How in your head is this making sense?"
How is that considered? Do you consider this like a deal or something?
Well, because they put it in your head that it was going to be 800, you think, oh, it's $200 cheaper than what I thought it was going to be. Shit, I'm just going to buy 3 of them.
That's what that reasoning is, because
exactly
they're gonna knock down that price, so it's more appealing, so you're gonna buy a few more.
Exactly.
Yep.
Idiocracy at its finest. Absolutely.
I'll
She's
always
not the
remember
only one.
that
There was
video.
a whole line of people who were probably thinking the same thing. The line went all the way around the block. Of that many people that were like, oh yeah, I'm just chomping at the bit. Go get this stupid iPhone.
Yep.
Yeah, no, join the quest.
There's
very few games that I bought recently that I am entirely impressed with. Monster Hunter was one of those games that I was very impressed with.
Yeah.
There's not very many games now that I've been impressed with that were worth my money.
Elden Ring and Tiny Tina are the only two games that I think I even have plans of getting this year. I mean, unless
There's no games.
something else surprises me, I think that's it.
There's nothing coming down the pipeline that you're excited about, though, huh?
Not at
If
the
I ever
moment.
You're
get
aware of.
if I ever get a remastered Fallout New Vegas, I might be on board, but that's never going to happen. So I'm going to stay with what I know. Just play
Do you think there
New
could be
Vegas
something
on.
that hasn't been announced that's coming out this year?
I
They
doubt
were
it.
like, oh, we just kept this a secret. We didn't even want to hype it up.
We'll have to
I did.
see. I mean, there could be an indie title of some sort that I just don't know about that. If they don't have the
Yeah.
marketing,
Oh,
you
that's
never
true.
know. And sometimes game studios do like to surprise you. They'll be like, "Surprise! We made this game and it's out now." Like
We
they did
hope you
with
like it.
Apex, where they just announced it and launched it the same day.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, it does happen. But,
Who the hell's Jimmy? What the hell?
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
question.
guess that's just a rando.
In the canteen with us?
I mean,
Under a session.
In the hub? Oh.
Let me post it.
So, is there anything
Who that was
else
Jim?
to say about modern gaming? Positive, negative?
Just that it's
Negative.
it's in a growing phase.
I got a negative.
We do have the control. We have the power as far as which way it grows, depending on how we spend our hard-earned dollars, or our parents' hard-earned dollars, whichever the case may be. So many little nitwit kids like, mommy, buy me this. You know what? Shut up, little Timmy. You're an idiot. You don't
Freaking
know
old
what's good
Timmy.
for you. And it's
Yeah,
stupid Timmy,
stupid, but
You're always dogging
stupid
him,
Timmy.
but God, he's an idiot. Yeah, so we have the control, we have the power.
Yeah.
With how we spend our money. We've all got to band together and do it and demand better. But I don't know how to move people to do that. I don't know how
You
to
can't.
motivate somebody.
No.
Somebody
Or
can.
I have a thing.
What's up?
Whenever games keep getting much larger and larger in size, and that's pretty much incentivizing you to delete every other game on your hard drives to play those games. It bothers me when studios do that. They pretty much just increase the size.
Or buy a bigger hard drive. Or multiple hard drives, as the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, they want their
Not
game
for.
to be your hard drive. So that way you
Yeah, that's
only
what I'm.
play
That's what I'm
like
getting
Call of
at.
Duty, Like, there's no reason for Call of Duty to be 200, 300 gigabytes. Other than
it's
they just
ridiculous.
want it to be that big. So that way you have to play their game. That's your entire hard drive.
Yeah, it's the only game I can fit on there, so I have to play it.
Yep.
Join the quest.
I had to delete that. I don't even get on Call of Duty anymore. I might as well uninstall that. Save a shit ton of room on my hard drive. It's just that it would take forever to reinstall if I ever wanted to get back on it, which I can't imagine.
You gonna join the quest, Trixie?
Yeah, sorry, I was doing other stuff. I was coming. Sorry.
But yeah, that's about it. It's just I hate when games just keep getting larger and I know that's more aligns with the quality of the game. Generally, get better graphics, thought, storage space. But sometimes some games kind of go overboard with the size.
Yeah.
Is it more because of more content, or is it more because of the technology that they're so large?
Sometimes it's both. I mean, the more content you have, but also the better the graphics, the more details that they're putting into the levels, like that all adds up.
But it's not entirely. It's kind of a negative and a positive to have a Series S.
Yeah.
Get the faster load times, but God, Series S and X enhanced games take up so much storage space.
Yeah.
That's about all I have to say about modern gaming.
Okay. Then we shall move on to the next thing.
That's all I have to say about that.
Get her
Poor Scum.
Damn it, Bobby.
Bobby.
So PlayStation has announced its competitive thing to Game Pass.
Is it really that competitive?
No.
Not really. I think
No.
Xbox is
Is there
still
any
the better
value?
deal. I mean, I guess there's value if you are a PlayStation player, obviously, and you don't have an Xbox or PC. So if you only play on PlayStation, I can see you getting this, but otherwise, if you already have Game Pass, like, why bother?
Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
So they've got 3 different tiers. They have PlayStation Plus Essential, costs $9.99 a month. So that's the same price as base Game Pass. And you can get it a little bit discounted if you pay for the full year.
But do you even get good games with it?
Okay, so that's just base PlayStation Plus, but you get so it's the multiplayer access, it's cloud storage, and you still get the 2 games every month.
2 games?
Yeah, you know how Xbox does their thing, where every month you'll
It's like games with gold.
games with gold.
Okay.
They'll give out 2 games.
We get more than 2.
You generally get 3.
Yeah, we get like
You get
3 or 4, but it's
3 a
usually
week.
like
3 every couple. Oh
2
God,
Xbox
Nargacuga
One and
seasons.
then like 2 360 titles.
Son of a bitch, Nargacuga. I guess I'll fight Nargacuga.
Then we have PlayStation Plus Extra. So this is basically the regular, I guess, Game Pass here for $15.
Keep my monster away from you guys.
So it gets you everything that's in the first tier, plus a library of PS4 and PS5 games to download. But that's pretty much it. You don't get backwards compatibility. Like there's no PlayStation 1, 2, 3, or PSP games with that.
Which is annoying.
Yeah.
What I like about Game Pass is you can get games from older consoles.
Yeah. But I believe it's like 400 games. Which isn't bad. That's I think about what Game Pass has in total. And then you have PlayStation Plus Premium, which is basically the same thing as the last one, except it is $18, and it gets you the cloud streaming with PlayStation 3 games, original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP. So you have to buy the most expensive tier to get backwards compatibility.
Yikes.
Of course. If you want to play all those old games, you gotta pony up.
It's
You
not
want to
even
play all
worth
the
it.
games you used to love.
That's how they milk you for more money for old games.
Yeah.
They figured out a way. Shocker. Losers. I just think it's scummy. Yeah, they were just so scuzzy for doing that shit. Like, how do we suck even more money out of people for games that nobody even plays anymore, for stuff that we made like way back in the day that we don't make any money off of anymore. You know, back before microtransactions and paywalls and stuff. Like, oh, I know. Charge them more for this tier to get it.
That's why there's a lot of piracy, like, for old games. Because there's no
I
easy
do it
way to
too.
access those games.
Well,
because they don't care about
Nintendo's-
game preservation.
nope.
Nintendo
They care about
notorious for
money.
that.
Yep, they're the worst about it.
I understand you don't like, but especially when it's not actually hurting. It's not hurting your sales. You're not making money off those old games.
Yeah, like how much money do you think you're gonna be making off of those? Come on now. Everyone that wanted it already has it for the most part. Just give them access to it.
Yeah, make it to where you can make those games more attainable. But no, they're gonna make you pay for a stupid, weird Nintendo membership thing.
Yeah.
Does Nintendo have a subscription?
Yes. You could pay, I think, $40 to get access to N64 games that are poorly ported.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean poorly ported.
Wow.
Like, there's frame rate
There you go, guys.
issues. So much shit wrong with it.
Yeah,
It's bad.
I saw a comment on whenever they announced the PlayStation thing here, and someone was like, "Oh man, Nintendo's base service is only like $4. These other studios need to look at that and get better." And it was like,
You don't get shit with those.
you're aware that Nintendo's service sucks compared to the rest, right? Like,
yeah, you don't get anything from Nintendo.
There's no voice chat.
Membership.
The online is like
Buggy
half
as
baked.
hell.
It barely works. Like, there are
the old games they say you can play are poorly ported. They do not work.
Yeah. But another thing that the PlayStation stuff doesn't get you that Xbox Game Pass does is
game perks.
Well, there's that too. But then there's also day one releases, which PlayStation doesn't give you. So you can't go and play the new God of War day one with the service.
And close the fence again.
You know, I figured that Xbox had set the bar pretty high. You know, you do get a lot of bang for your buck through Game Pass. And even though it's, you know, a little pricey,
Over
you
here.
get so much for it. Even though, you know, we don't have enough time to play all those games that we get with it and that sort of thing. It's just, it's such a great value. You have the option to play all those great games if you want to. And you do get to play the new stuff day one, and there is so much on there. There's so many games on there.
Yeah.
And you do when they announce it, you do kind of get excited. You want to stand up and cheer, like, yes. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know that PlayStation fans have that same.
He's trying to lock one monster away.
Hit his tail through the fence.
Trying to lock a monster away from you guys. But yeah, PlayStation. Don't get me wrong. There's a few PlayStation games I actually like that I really got a PlayStation for, but there's very few and far between. I wouldn't see myself ever paying for that.
Yeah.
I I like Game Pass getting to play a lot of those games day one.
Mm-hmm. Great
Yeah.
value.
I gotta keep getting my ass kicked.
But I do think that PlayStation is moving in the right direction. You know, before this was unthinkable. Like, it's not sustainable. It'll never work. And
Mm-hmm.
now they're
Now
starting
Xbox
Oh,
to
God.
do it a little bit.
they're like, well, maybe it is.
I need
Well,
help.
they just had to. They're
No.
like in the United States we have Republicans and Democrats. Whatever one side is saying, the other one is completely against it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it is or whether you actually are. It's just, oh no, that'll never work. Oh no. There just has to be a yin and a yang, I guess. They're just fighting just to fight. Like you say, the sky's blue, and then the other guy's gonna be like, no, it's not. It's totally green.
Yeah.
God, we're starting to get to some conspiracy theory territory.
No, I mean, not conspiracy theories. It's just, you're just gonna rebel. You're just gonna say the opposite.
But
Yeah.
it took PlayStation forever to actually be okay with crossplay.
Yeah. Which
Which
again, that was
Well, because
something.
they said it couldn't be done. They were like, oh no,
Well,
we
not
can't do that.
necessarily, because originally in the 360 era, PlayStation actually wanted to do crossplay, and it was Xbox that said no.
Ah,
Oh really?
Yeah. So that was just about who was in the lead. They didn't want to do crossplay because they were in the lead. And then whenever PlayStation was beating Xbox, Xbox was like, "We should do crossplay," and PlayStation said no. But obviously, as time went on, people wanted to continue crossplay, so people fought for it this time, and that's how we got it. So I mean,
can I walk there?
both are against whatever, So they'll be against it one moment and for it the next, depending on what position they're in. But I could see PlayStation saying that it's not sustainable. One, because PlayStation doesn't have the money that Microsoft has, of course.
Hmm. So it's not sustainable for them. Not that it isn't sustainable
Yeah, but
at all.
it's also it is very confusing on how anybody makes money off of this because it's so cheap and it's such a good deal.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, how do you actually make money if you're giving all these games out for free, practically?
But it's not. It's kind of like microtransactions where you're getting the money. Like you see where the money's going and coming from.
Yeah, but you think instead of getting 500 people to pay $60 for this game, you're getting 500 people to pay 15 a month, sometimes $1 a month.
A month. Like, well, it's only $1 a month for like a month. It's only that initial month, or maybe even the first 3 months. But they're still making money hand over fist. $15 a month.
But then, see, they then have to take that $15 because it's not just for this one game. You got to think they've got hundreds of other games on there. So this $15 is split with all these other games. It's not just going to this one game where you
Okay,
could be
so
making
like,
$60 a pop off of it.
to kind of put it in perspective, I used to pay $60 a year roughly. It was like $59.99 or whatever.
Yeah.
For Xbox Live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you paid $6 or $7 a month. So the better deal was just to pay for the year
Mm-hmm.
and save a few bucks.
Yeah.
So now with Game Pass, so we're going from $60 a year to what is it, like 180
Yeah, something like that.
for
Yeah.
Game Pass. So they're
there goes
taking
my
us for
Ricky.
double. They've doubled their revenue. with Game Pass.
Just need to kill one.
And with, offering all these, day one access and backwards compatibility and cross play and all this stuff.
For sure. And I guess I see that they would be able to make money that way, but how does the game studios make enough money to justify it? Microsoft's getting 180. The game studios, this money's getting divvied out. They're just getting a 0.0001 cent, of it, or however they do it.
Screw off.
And the different ways that it's sort of kind of said how it works is like, there are some where it's studios paid every single time the game gets downloaded, but then there's other deals supposedly where it's like it's just straight up payment, like we give you this much money to have your game on our service.
Well, game studios, one, have their microtransactions, and two, they do get a cut
But
of the Game
see, that's
Pass
the
money.
thing about PlayStations. Most of their games are single player, don't have microtransactions.
They do not. Okay.
They are very much single player, story driven games for the most part.
Excuse me. I know you didn't hear the sneeze over the mic, but god dang, it's a good one. It felt really, really good.
Great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts on this?
I just don't know. PlayStation's one of those things that not certain about. It might, who knows, it might get good to give them time.
Yeah.
So you're not saying it is or is not a good value?
Yeah.
You're going either way with it, based on
I would
what
say
you've
at the
learned so
moment
far?
it's not as
It's a
good of
bad
a value as Game Pass, but if you don't
not
have a
as good.
PC and you don't have an Xbox, I could see you getting this if you were only
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
But it is not as good of a deal as Pass.
Is it worth getting an Xbox for and going, you know what? I'm just gonna move to Xbox. Forget this PlayStation crap.
I mean
It's not that bad.
dependent on what you like
Where
to
it's
play,
driving
right?
people
Because,
to.
like I said,
Ken.
PlayStation is very
Ken.
much. I'm going. Is very much single player story driven games, where
Thank you.
Xbox is more the multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, you get more of the multiplayer games with Game Pass. You get access to, like, the Halo, you get the Master Chief Collection, you get a lot of those multiplayer games.
Yeah. So it's different audiences, I think. Where if you're already buying a PlayStation, you're probably somebody that likes those games.
If you already have a PlayStation and you really just want more different things to play without having to spend a whole lot of money on new games each time, then yeah, I'd say go for it.
Yeah.
But myself, I couldn't justify buying something for a game system I hardly use.
Although I would technically boycott the most expensive version, because having to pay more for backwards compatibility is pretty garbage. Like, they should just have backwards compatibility. Like, you shouldn't have to pay more for that feature to be able to play your old games.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say stay away from the most expensive part of it.
So that higher tier.
Yeah, the highest tier.
Go for the the middle tier.
Yeah.
If you can buy any of the tiers, just go for the middle tier. You seem to still get a little bit of value out of it.
Yeah,
I
but you
wonder
still
how
get
it's going.
PS4 and PS5 games.
Like, what is the?
I'm not sure if they've actually put it in yet. As far as I know, it's just been announced. So I don't know if we have like numbers on how many people have actually like signed up for it. It'll be a lot though because PlayStation does have a higher player base than Xbox.
Speaking of numbers, I'm still gonna look at the numbers for Fallout first.
Didn't you do that last time?
No,
Oh,
I looked at active players.
sleepy time.
I'm coming.
Oh,
never mind.
he got me.
I needed a little nap anyway.
So our next topic here, there's no possible way to segue from what we just talked about into this.
Technology.
Aw, you're just not even trying.
We talk about
I
technology, so
believe
you know.
Sony likes to eat cheese, and so we're going to be talking about cheese.
See, at least you made an effort. It was still horrible, but it was gonna be horrible either way.
Yeah.
I tried to help, but it
But I
wasn't good.
appreciate the
I couldn't
effort.
think of anything.
There was no way to segue.
Speaking of
But
being
what
cheesy,
is our next topic?
Huh? Come on, guys.
Is it wrong to cheese in video games? So I saw the title of an article. I didn't read it, but I thought the title of it was interesting. So I was like, let's make that a topic. So cheese in this sense is going to be, glitches, bugs, in-game exploits.
Abusing, yeah.
Not like hacks or mods or anything like that.
Oh, I fainted.
So, do y'all think it is wrong to use those sort of exploits?
I don't think I'm the person to ask. As someone who's used exploits before.
Okay.
But do you feel guilty after you do it? Like,
No.
do you feel like, oh man, I shouldn't
In
have done
certain games, I do feel guilty, but
Santa's not
better.
gonna get presents.
See, there's certain games that I'm a little hesitant about it, but
Yeah.
as you've known, you've seen it happen. And like in Vaulted Glass, you could cheese Atheon by pushing him off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty well-known cheese.
Well, so I think in your case, you would say it's okay to do it, right?
Yes and no. You gotta draw a line somewhere.
So where is that line?
If you do that cheese though every time you do that, then yeah, I say that's bad because now you don't even want to do the actual mechanics of the game. You want to abuse the game. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you should try to enjoy it the way it was made at some point.
Yeah. If I'd say do it normal the first time you do it, but after that, and I think you could at least trying it once with the cheese is alright, but if that's the only way you do that activity or something, I don't think you should be doing it.
Okay.
That makes any sense.
Yeah, I got you. Trixie, do you think it's okay?
I mean, it's not for me, but if you stumble on it accidentally on your own,
yeah,
and you're like, let's see where this takes us, or let's see what this does. That's one thing, I mean, I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you do want to explore that stuff, and it is funny. It's it's kind of cool. It's kind of funny. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But if you're looking those things up to use it, I mean, you're just. I've got this moral compass.
It's okay if you find it, but if you look it up purposely.
Purposely, yeah. If you purposely go to seek it out. Now, if your buddy tells you about it and you're like, yeah, I just want to see what that's like, or whatever, that's one thing, again. But if you're doing it to beat the game, if, that's the only way you can play video games or whatever, I mean, you're doing the game designers a disservice. Yeah.
I think
breaking the game, basically.
I can sit there and say I am and for it and against it because I generally every now and then I'll dabble with it because it's kind of fun to do to see how badly you can mess things up.
Yeah, it is kind of fun just to see how, horribly cheesy you can go with it. It's fun for a minute. But if that's all you do, if you don't want to, play the game and beat the game legitimately, then what's the point?
I
What's the
think I've
point of
done some
playing?
exploits in Dark Souls before. Mainly against some Dark Eater Madeira. But I have fought him normally, though. Without that stupid spell. But then again, Dark Eater Madeira is a different story, though. Because even with that spell, Dark Eater Madeira is still no slouch.
Yeah.
There was the days back in the early days where you get like the player's guide for a game. It was an actual like book, like a thick book, that would basically take you through and hold your hand level by level and all the way through the game and tell you exactly where to go and exactly what to do and exactly what order.
Yeah.
And it's great to have that if you're stuck on a game. If you're playing a game and you're trying to get through and you just absolutely cannot figure it out, you've been playing months and months or whatever, and you've tried to figure it out on your own, and you want to take a little peek, and you're like, oh, let's see what I'm missing. And it's just on that one part. You're not like looking all the way through the book and playing through the book.
There, one's
like
down.
Like it's an instruction manual.
Yeah.
It's just a little helping hand when you're stuck on something that you've made an effort to figure out, and just you just can't. It's fine. It's okay. I'd rather you be able to get through the game and beat the game and enjoy the game than not play it at all because you can't, because you get stuck somewhere. But that's me.
Yeah.
So I get that, but just completely just balling a game. Well, why bother existing? If you're not
why
gonna
bother
make an
playing the
effort,
game? Why bother
Yeah, you're
get
cheating
out of it
yourself
what you
out
put
of the
into
game.
it. Yeah, you get out of it what you put into it. Like, oh yeah, I beat that game. But did you really? Or did you just walk through the game?
Yeah.
I can think of someone like that. I don't want to say names.
You didn't challenge yourself. You didn't. The challenge was there. You were presented with a challenge, and you
oh my god! Go away!
You just got through it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm similar to both of y'all. Where, like if you stumble upon it, like, yeah, go ahead and use it.
You should explore it. Yeah.
I've done it in Elden Ring. I got that one guy stuck on a door, hit him through the door to kill him.
That's how I first beat the DLC for Bloodborne. I got the final boss accidentally stuck on a rock, so I couldn't do anything. But after that, I beat him normally, so I guess it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, my next tries, I went for just trying to fight him in the room because I was like, well, I want to see what this fight's actually like. Like, did I really need to cheese him through the door? But like, and I also think it depends on the situation, right? Like, if you're playing like a single player game or a co-op game, it's fine. But if you're playing like multiplayer online, I used to
like
use
PvP
those cheeses all the time in Modern Warfare 2. I shouldn't have, but I did.
You used to use all those glitches, man. The leprechaun thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going up in trees, getting out of the map, stuff like that.
But you were also laughing, like you were cracking up the whole time.
Yeah, and it was funny to me. It was not fun for anybody else.
Not funny to the guys you were, you were playing against, for sure.
I ruined their
experience. They hated you.
Yeah. And now.
And so, do you feel guilty about it?
I think back then it was a different time, and it was maybe not as frowned upon. Like, just from the
you were like 10.
Like, I don't think it was as big a deal as it is like nowadays.
Well, because back then everybody was doing it, like, because the internet was kind of fresh and new, and everybody was sharing these things. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, there's this glitch," and so everybody knew about it.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much about proving your gamer skills as it was just about having fun.
Yeah, just goofing off in the game.
Yeah. Nowadays it's all about the skill, and so if you're using these exploits, then you're a loser. But back
For
then, I
me, it
think
was
it
more
was
about the skill back
alright.
then as well. Like you showed me the exploits, and I was like, oh yeah, that is funny. That's kind of cool. And I can't believe they have that in the game, So I went through it, but it wasn't like something that I used all the time because I was like, it is cheating, it is unfair to do that, and I don't like it when people do it to me, so I'm not going to do it to anybody else.
Yeah. I find it annoying in Modern Warfare 2019. There's that one map where you can get outside the map, and whenever we play Infected, like everybody uses that spot.
Yes. Oh my God. But see that creates another challenge. How do you get to them? How do we figure this out? There's got to be a way
Yeah, and
to
I
get
mean
to
they
those
always
assholes.
get
We
killed
just got to figure
there.
it out.
Eventually, you get through, but it doesn't make it any less annoying to do that like every match.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think in some cases it depends on what you're playing.
Depends
I'd
on
say
what
like
you're playing. So the
single
game.
player games are kind of that's a little less frowned upon, as long as you're not using it like every time you play that single player game.
Yeah, I mean it's like
Mm,
speedrunners. They all use exploits. Like that's how you get the fastest speed run time.
sure,
Yeah,
sure. That's their thing. They're
that's
trying
a
to get
niche
through it as
thing
quickly as
though. That's like
possible.
one of the things that
Yeah.
not those things they do are not something every person can do.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to do, or you do it once and you're like, yeah, I did it.
Well,
Yep,
you can't.
gotta
Most
be
of those you
done.
can't
I
do
see
because
it.
it requires you to have the unpatched version. So it requires you to have unpatched versions of the game, which I think you
Well,
only
I
get
mean,
those on Steam,
whatever.
right?
I mean,
I
everybody
mean
has the
technically
opportunity to
you
do
do
it.
it on Xbox if you just disconnect from the internet and never update.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean I've used quite a bit of exploits in
Oh, so have I.
different games, and then even in Elden Ring, like I cheese them on doors and hallways. Like I know that they can't come this far, so I'll stand there and just pelt them with fireballs. I do that stuff, and I mean obviously it's on my second go around, and I'm not looking anything up. Like I just happen to realize it my first playthrough, and I'm like, oh, I can do this. And your second playthrough, you're not really going for the experience anymore. You already have the experience. Now you're just going through just to do the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Uh oh. Uh
If that's all it's
oh.
for, then yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
But you should. I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna get my ass
You're just kind
kicked.
of a wussy person if you don't at least try to beat things legitimately. At least make the effort before you
Yeah.
go and do the cheesy stuff.
Mhm.
It.
You're a weak human
Oh,
being,
here it is.
which I know a lot of people are fine with that. They're like, yeah, I'm a puss. It's fine. I
Again,
still
like I
get
said, I
through
have
it. I
someone
still
like
get the
that. I think
job
we
done.
both know some. I think we all know someone like that.
I
Again.
know tons of people like that.
I mean, Forza Horizon 5, I ended up accidentally finding the fastest car in the game. Without an exploit, like, there is no exploit for it. There was a car that did have an exploit, and everybody was using it. But,
I tried it. I actually messed around with the little infinite skill point glitch. I think I did it for like a moment, like a minute, and I stopped. I closed out my game so I didn't get any of the experience. I wanted to see if it actually worked, and it did.
yeah.
Wasn't very fun though to sit there and just watch that.
Well, there
Well,
was
see, you were just
the.
checking it out. Like, hey, does it work? Oh my gosh, yes it does. And that's it. No big deal.
Yeah. There was the Porsche 911 on there that you could get to go extremely fast, like 350 miles per hour with some sort of exploit. And lots of people, like on my friends list, were doing it.
Yeah, so that's why the speed traps are kind of pointless now.
Yeah,
Because nobody's gonna beat those speeds.
which I
Yeah.
unfriended every single one of those people because I was like, nah, we ain't doing this.
Oh lord. Yeah.
And I'm at the top of the leaderboards on those with a legit score, you know. Would y'all say doing these exploits and things are as bad as cheating?
No.
It's not the same thing. Cheating is purposely cheating. Like it's just
Yeah.
you're an
You're doing
asshole
it. You're
for
doing it
doing
to
it
get
at
the
all.
unfair advantage and just to show
Mm-hmm.
you're a complete utter asshole who's gonna.
Yeah, you didn't stumble on something, or it's not something
You
that
sought those
at
out.
no fault of your own just happens to exist in the game or whatever.
Yeah.
No, cheating is definitely far worse, but it's they are similar depending on how you're doing the cheesing.
Yeah. I
They
mean, I
can be
would
very, very
say
similar.
cheeses aren't as bad because everybody can technically do them, you know? Like anybody on that Call of
Yeah,
Duty
you
map
don't
can
have
get
to have
outside the map. Like,
hacker software or anything.
yeah, the leprechaun glitch in Modern Warfare 2. Anybody could do the leprechaun glitch. Anybody could do
Right.
the care package glitch. Um,
But again, if you're doing it on purpose and you're doing it
cheating.
every time, if you're just doing it for laughs, once or twice or to show your friends or whatever, like, oh, look at this really shitty thing I can do. Again, that's one thing. But if you're just doing it all the time just to be a douche, then you're just as bad as the hackers and you can just go throw yourself off a cliff for all I care.
Yeah.
There's just no point in you even playing the game if that's what you're going to do. In that respect, I think they're nearly one and the same. If you're purposely doing it, and that's the only way you'll do it because you're just
Yeah,
a
if you
loser.
refuse to play any other way, you're just like, I have
Mm-hmm.
to use the exploit.
Yeah, but otherwise, no. They're being a
Okay.
hacker, a cheater is far, far worse. And you can go die in a hole with your books.
Go die in a hole with your books. You think they read?
Probably not. Probably not.
um, well, any other thoughts on exploits, cheating, cheesing?
It's
No,
just it can be a funny thing, or it can
it's a
be a
two-way street.
yeah. It's
Either,
definitely a two-way street, depending on how you use it, you do with it. It's always going to be there.
Yep.
Just don't be a douche about it. People jaywalking across the street. It's technically illegal, but if the road's clear,
Yeah, I mean, we do it all
there's
the time.
nobody around to stop you. You want to take that
Cops
chance
don't
and be
really
on
care. I mean, we've done it in
by all
front of
means.
cops. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Everybody
No.
does it. The cops do it themselves.
Well, not unless they're
Nobody
trying to meet
cares.
their quota. Otherwise, they don't give a crap. They're like, well, try not to get in the way of traffic. Try not to die, because we don't have to do paperwork.
Yeah,
That's all they care about, really.
yeah. Just lazy. Just as lazy as the rest
Exactly.
of us.
Just being lazy.
Well then, speaking of cheese, uh,
We got a
no.
segue.
Boo.
Some
That's a
Gouda. We got some
boo.
Gouda. We got some Swiss. We got some Munster, which is one of my
Boo.
favorites. Oh my god, I love it.
you
All
can
I can
now
say
get
is
your
boo.
foot cheese
Boo.
tickled.
No.
Tickling
Don't.
foot cheese. You don't tickle.
Tickling foot cheese. If you got foot cheese, then you can get it tickled.
Ew.
Uh,
Why?
so for some
Yeah,
reason,
let's get into that.
they decided to make a robot. This is the AV Club. Uh, they decided to make a robot that tickles your feet. Uh, and it's
For what
really
reason
weird.
exactly?
Um,
Did somebody lose a bet? Was this a dare?
Yes, no.
I have no clue. I added this article like 2 weeks ago. Let's see. I mean, I feel like they just wanted to. I don't think there was really a reason. It says it's to relieve stress by creating uncontrolled laughter.
That does not relieve stress for me. That tenses me up even more. You kidding? Who are these people? Who's getting stress relief from that? Okay, I'm tickling my own foot right now, and I just want to cringe. Okay, yeah, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop doing that.
It's not stress relief. You don't feel like,
and especially if a robot is doing it, it's not like another human being.
Well, it's not
grabbing
you
your
doing it
foot.
either.
Yeah, and it's not a human. It's not a living thing. It's this machine. I don't know. I can't even imagine. I guess
well,
you can't knock
so
it till
this
you
thing
try it.
looks like it's like the bottom sole of a shoe, and then they like cut 3 holes
shoe.
into it, stuck some joystick looking things in it, and I guess those things like vibrate or move around to tickle your feet.
You've got a link to this, right?
I do.
Somewhere?
Yes, it is in
I've
the
got to
document.
check this out. Okay. Let's see if I can get down to it here. I gotta see what this thing looks like, and then
I don't.
No, I still probably couldn't. You know you want to. Oh.
I
So
don't.
you attach it to the bottom of your foot, or do you?
I
Is it
think
like an
you just
insole? You put it
stick
in
your.
your shoe?
I don't know if you have to put it in your shoe. I think you just stick your foot on top of it.
And how does it tickle exactly? Because I imagined little. Okay, there's little knobby things.
Yeah.
I don't think they're really tickling. I think they're massaging. Based on the way they look. They look like little round joystick things,
Yeah, they look
Little
like little
knobby joysticks.
joysticks.
You gotta put a link to this in the show notes for sure. When you upload this thing, because you want people to be able to check this out. Be like, what the hell? What? Why? Yeah, strange. Because it's in my price range.
Yeah, probably not.
It won't be.
Probably not, yeah. My price range is pretty low.
Yeah, if it ain't free.
Low. Hey, within $20 probably.
Oh,
okay. Asshole. Oh shit, I did not replenish any of my stuff. I'm a goner. This is gonna go horribly. FYI, who is this guy? I don't even know who this is.
Tiger.
He looks really mad. Is he easier than the last one we just fought, Michael?
Yes, technically.
Oh, thank God. Technically.
Technically, since we're not only fighting one.
Oh, okay. Well.
The second bit of Elden Ring is that a modder has put Elden Ring characters into Tekken.
Which Tekken? I want specifics.
I assume
the newest one.
The newest one. Tekken 7. I don't know if that's the newest one or not.
That is.
And they look really good. Like they look almost official. The pot guy looks a little weird, I think. The rest of them
pot guy
look pretty freaking good.
Son of a bitch.
And
Eline Insurance.
The director of Tekken is asking them to please stop because people keep asking him if it's official. Like if those are real skins, characters.
Wow.
So I don't think he actually wants them and stuff, I think that's more of like a jokingly, please stop. But he is like, he's supposedly getting bombarded with people wanting this to be a thing, because I believe he actually also worked on Elden Ring. So that's another reason why people are thinking that this is like an official thing. But no, it's just some modders doing their modding thing.
A little extra time on their hands.
It looks cool. I kind of want there to be a FromSoft like fighting game.
Alright.
A bunch of FromSoft characters going at it.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. And you got your dodge rolls and everything. Like, I guess it would just be Dark Souls PvP. I guess at that point. But make that like the entire game and make it more balanced than it is. But it looks cool.
Groovy. Interesting concept.
Yeah.
And why not?
Yeah. Like whenever they do those kinds of mods where they like import different characters
Or
from different things and
crossovers.
stuff. There's that one guy that does all that stuff with like Resident Evil where he'll put, The Simpsons in it, Family Guy stuff in it, and all that. Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, like you did for RE7 Village.
Village, yeah. Which he also did it for 7. He's been doing it for Elden Ring too. He changed the first horse guy to Shrek and Donkey, I think. So Shrek riding
Forest
Donkey.
Guardian.
Alright.
Yeah, the tree guardian, whatever.
Oh, the tree sentinel.
Tree sentinel. That's what it is. Yeah, there's a bunch of other goofy stuff that he did on there, but yeah, I like whenever they do stuff like that. So, is there anything else y'all want to talk about before we sign off?
Nothing I need to get off my chest.
No?
Still just trying to get better at this damn game. Oh,
Well, it has
God,
been a
I'm
bit
just
since you
getting
played it.
Slapped around. It's been forever. A year at least.
I still love this game.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great game. I've just, there's been so many other games out there. But I feel like I need to like set like a day of the month every month where I get on it just to keep myself.
I kind of want to start new
fresh,
characters on this game.
Oh, it's horrible. It's so bad.
I'm gonna ask you to stop.
Stranger danger.
Got a lower level character that I need to keep going through with.